mind, I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? Hey Bookies! Welcome back to my channel. I am Kiki Culture, and we are here for another Stripper Chronicles. You know, gotta get ready for this tea. Let me paint the picture for you guys, right? So this was back in I want to say maybe 2012. It was whenever the All-Star weekend was in Houston, and we were at Onyx in Houston. Imagine it's lit. It's like packed. This is when, like, right as strip clubs were like almost at its peak where it was like jumping off. Do you hear me? I mean, it was so turned up. It was packed in there. There were so many people. The club stayed open, I want to say, till like 4 in the morning. And you know, there were a lot of, I mean, it's All-Star weekend, so there were a lot of famous people just in the city in general, but the ones that I distinctively remember seeing that time was I believe Kevin Hart was there, some other NBA guys, and definitely Jeezy. And I only remember Jeezy specifically because they kept playing his songs over and over and over again in the VIP section. At this particular club, it is a predominantly black club, for those who don't know. There's a separate, like, almost like a ducked off section for the VIP. And I mean, but it's like this, it's almost like a mini movie theater, but it's ducked off. It's so crazy. If you haven't been or you've never seen it, I would definitely implore you to definitely go check that out, because it is something it's interesting to see. But so I remember they kept playing his songs over and over and over and over and over again. The girls was going off, and I don't think he spent no money on none of those girls. I don't know if he spent any that night, but he definitely didn't spend any on the girls who were dancing to his song. And they was going in too. I mean, tricks on the ceiling, they was going off. I was like, y'all doing a lot for no money, but go off, sis. Go off. And I remember seeing Kevin Hart because I think he had done, I'm sure he had done Soul Play by then, but I really liked him from Paper Soldiers. That was just something, that's how I got introduced to him. And so, back to the story. So, I'm on one of the side stages. Threw me quite a bit, and I was like, okay. That means come over. I'm having a conversation, and he just kind of looks at me, and I'm like, what? And he was like, come here, let me tell you something. And I'm like, and he's like, don't think I'm weird, but I like being pegged. And I was like, I don't think you're weird. Like, everybody likes what they like. Like, who cares? But in my mind, I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? I don't even know what that is. Mind you, I'm like 19, 20, maybe 21. I'm like, what is he talking about? What does that even mean? So as he begins to explain what it is, and if you don't know, again, you need to go Google it. I don't want to explain that here. He begins to explain, and he was like, oh, you know, but I don't like big ones. I like, you know, small, no bigger than a thumb. I'm gonna put a thumb in a butt. So so he's like, you know, no bigger than a thumb as far as, I guess, the girth. And no longer than like your index finger. He starts to go, and he's like, but it's not like I like, which is how I figure out what it is, because I'm taking context clues at this point, because I don't want to tell him I don't know what it means, because I don't want to mess up the vibe. He's opening up, he's talking, so I don't want to mess it up and be like, so what is that? What are you talking about? Huh? What? So so he begins to explain. He was like, I don't want you to think I'm being weird or anything, but is that something that you can do? Pause right there. So when he first mentioned it, not when he first mentioned it, once he started to explain what he liked about it, and I came to understand what it was, I was like, please don't ask me if I can do that, because I'm gonna have to tell you no, sir. I'm gonna have to tell you no. So as soon as he was, I could feel that he might say that very fatal thing of, do you think it's something that you can do? I already, when I thought he might say it, I was like, in my head, I'm like, girl, we got to devise a plan. Let's think about how we finna finesse this situation, because I'm not going to be able to do that at all for you, sir. No. So press play. So whenever he did ask, I had to explain to him in the most loving way possible. I have a friend. I have a friend who can definitely help you out there. I won't be able to do it, but she can definitely help you out. But I'm gonna need a finder's fee. And he just kind of laughed at me, and he, gave me a little money. And I got my friend. We got my homegirl. Hey, boo. Hey, girl, you want to make some money? Because I know she down. She gets it popping. And, I mean, I didn't tell him who she was, hence why there's a finder's fee. Because I'm going to find them. I'm not going to put their business out there. If only. I ain't going to be able to do it. No. But the moral of the story is, be open-minded and don't compromise yourself for no money. Don't do it. But you can still have fun, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so thank you so much for stopping by. I thank you guys so much. If you like that story and you like content like this, please like, subscribe, comment. Let me know who y'all thought it was. Like, what NBA player y'all thought I was talking about. Boop. Bye.